Hello there, and welcome to day 53 of the 100 Days Programming Challenge and day 3 of making Python Christmassy. So, what do I have for you today? Today, I will be showing you how to create a Christmas tree and also how to play Christmas carols in Python. So, see, we're getting into the Christmas spirit. We'll have a Christmas tree and a Christmas carol in Python. So we'll be doing two different things. We want to display a cheerful window with a Christmas visual, which will be our Christmas tree. And I want to play a song, a Christmas carol as well. So we'll be using the Pygame package. We've used Pygame like a few times during the course of these tutorials. So you can check all the videos of what we have used Pygames for. And I would be using threading because threading allows me to run the two tasks, allows me to run the playing of the music in a separate thread, and also allows my graphic user interface to remain responsive so they are not dependent on each other. Do not worry, I will make an extensive video on threading. So what do I want to do today? I want to play Christmas Carol. I want to also show my festive message. It's kind of like similar to what we did in day 51, I mean. We made a Christmas card, but here we would actually be drawing a small Christmas tree, so we would not be using an image. So we would be doing that today. So the first thing that I want to do is to play my Christmas carol. These are all were imported threading, Pygame, time, and Tikinta. So Tikinta, I'm importing like all the functions in Tikinta, not specifying that I just want this or that. I just want it all, kind of. So my first function is to play the Christmas carol. So define my function, dev Christmas, then carol. And what do I want to do? I want to use my Pygame to play my Christmas carol. So I would have pygame.mixer. I'm sure you're already familiar with Pygame. We've used it like a lot of time. Pygame is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So mixer.init, I'm initializing my Pygame mixer to play the audio, and then I want to load my file. So I'll have pygame.mixer. And also let me know in the comments, what do you think of our Christmas special? And then music.load. So what music do I want to load? You have to have your music file saved in the same directory, or you'd have to define the entire path here. So do not worry, the file that I would be using here would be in the input folder in the GitHub. So this is the file that has the Christmas carol that I want to play. So then I have pygame.mixer.music.play. So I want to play my music. And then I want it to finish. I want to continue to play the song to the end without blocking the main trend. So that's when I would have my while loop that all keep on playing. Do not block the main thread. So we're using a while loop in this case. So while pygame.mixer.music.getBusy, this is true if the music is still playing, and then time.sleep is 1. I want it to sleep for 1 second to prevent excessive CPU usage. So the purpose is that it's playing the sound in the background. This initializes the audio mixer. This loads the file. This starts playing the audio. The get busy checks if the music is still playing. If it is still playing, the program sleeps for a second in a loop, and it prevents excessive CPU usage. So this is my first function. My second function would then be to show the festive message, and we will be using Tikinta. I know you're wondering that why Tikinta all the time. It's just pretty easy. Sometimes when you find stuffs that are just easy and it works well for you, you just stick to them. But if you want me to try others, I can try. Just let me know. So we have our Tikin tab. We want to show our festive message. Remember that this creates our main window. I set the title of the main window and then the geometry of my main window. I think 500 is a bit small, so let's do 800 by 800. Again, it can be whatever you want. You decide. And then I want the background color to be green because green, dark green, and red is a Christmas color. The next thing I want to do is I want to add like a label that says Merry Christmas and just like says what I want to do. So it's showing the message Merry Christmas and it's also letting the user know that we're playing Jingle Bells. So let's have our label. I know to use label, you use the label tag. So this is our label. This is our text. We're using like emojis here, which I think is pretty cool. And then this is the font. This is the size. This is the background color and the text color. We're using white. And this is the padding, vertical padding of 50 pixels. So now let's draw our Christmas tree. We will be using the canvas widget to draw our Christmas tree. So canvas is used to draw shapes, text, and images. So the first thing that we want to do is to specify the width and the height of our Christmas tree. So I would use canvas equals to. I'm sure you might be wondering that because if you have been following the tutorial previously when we've used Tkinter, we're always using tk.label, tk.button, tk.canvas. Look at, for instance, this is day one, we use tk.label. That's because we imported Tkinter as tk. So that's how we use tk.tk and then we're using tk all through. But in this tutorial, we're just importing all the functions and in Tikinta, we didn't import it as anything. So that's why we can use it directly. That's why we can call label directly and canvas and button directly. So it's just a preference. I can still use the TK dot whatever, but I'm just showing you different ways that you can use it. So now we have our canvas. We want to create our Christmas tree. So I'll have roots. Anytime you're using like labels, button, you always have to have root. Root is what? Root is your TK that we called before the title. So I have root and then the width. There might be a few trials and errors because we're drawing it based on the X and the Y axis. So you might have to like try several times to be able to get it positioned well. And then the width is 400. I want my height of my tree to be 300. I want the background color to be red because that is a Christmas color. And I want the thickness to be 0. And then I have the canvas dot pack. We always use dot pack for everything. Label dot pack, button dot pack. So now let's draw my three layers and then the trunk. I would be using the create polygon. The create polygon function is used to draw triangles using a series of x and y coordinates. So this is how I will do this. We have our canvas dot create polygon. And then I have to put like the coordinates for the top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer and the trunk. So for my top layer, I have 200. And I said that this is a lot of trials and errors. So make sure that the overall tree looks great. 275. We're drawing our polygon. 180. And then I want the color of my tree, the top layer of my tree to be dark green. So this is the top layer. So this is my top layer, this is my middle layer, these are the coordinates, and this is the bottom layer, and this is the trunk. My trunk is brown. So now every Christmas tree needs an ornament. So what would I use for the ornament? I'm going to use the create over function. We use the create polygon, so I'm using the create over to also create my ornament, and then I would put the coordinates and also the colors of my ornament. So these are the coordinates of my ornament, and then for X and Y, so this is my X and Y coordinate, and I'm using the create over. I use the create polygon here, so I'm using the create over here because it is over in shape. And finally, every Christmas tree needs a star at the top of the Christmas tree. So I would use an emoji. I'll use the star emoji and I'll use the create text function to put my star right at the top. So this is the position and this is the text, this is the font, this is the font size, and this is the color of my star. You can use whatever color that you want. So like this, we have created our graphic user interface with our Christmas tree. But remember that we also have to play the music. So I want to start playing the Christmas Carol in a separate trend. And what you will use is threading that we imported here, threading.trend. And then I want to call this function and I want it to start playing. So what this is basically doing is that it's running the play Christmas Carol in a separate trend, and this daemon dot equals to true makes the trend a daemon trend, so it automatically stops when the main program exists. So then the main thing that I always say that anytime you have a graphic user interface, you have to use root dot main loop, otherwise it would not run. And then finally, we now have to have our main function. We want to print out a welcome message and we also want to call our show festive message function because so far we have not called this function. So now I want to call it. I would have my final function that does that. Then we have to call the main function to kick everything off. So this is my main function. So then we call our main function. What does it do? It prints out our welcome message and then it calls our show festive message and it creates our Christmas tree and then it calls our plays Christmas carol and then it plays the Christmas carol sound in a separate trend so it is not affected by it. If we close the GUI, the Christmas carol should still continue to play. So now if I run this, the Christmas carol should play immediately. So you see that even after I closed the GUI, the quick song still kept on playing. So there we have it. This is our code. We're able to like play Christmas carols. We're able to show our Christmas tree. What did you think of the tree? Like I said, you can add more ornaments. You can make it bigger. You can change the color. Just try it out. Make it look nicer. Whatever you want. This is just an opportunity to just play around with codes and see the results. So, see you tomorrow for day 54, and tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Thank you very much for watching our Python Christmas special. As usual, the link to the Jupyter Notebook is in the description. Feel free to check it out and play around with it. And again, I wish you a Merry Christmas in advance. See you tomorrow.